you through every inch of this, and we're still supporting you.
Have you ever been into my restaurant?
As of this second, we are
Have any
supporting
of you
you.
guys been into my restaurant other than the chief or Beth?
Mr. Mahoney.
I've seen
Well,
about it in there.
what does that have to do with anything?
Well, you're
there.
supporting me, you said.
You're the only
They're
one
supporting you.
you're the
They're
only one that
supporting
seems to
you
have a problem with
legally.
it, sir.
They're supporting your application. Just so you understand. Let me back
All
up
right,
for a
can I
second.
ask you one question?
No, let me back up
I
a
got
second.
this from Sal Bello,
That-
your solicitor,
That's
a
me.
letter from you guys
That's me.
saying to me personally, Mr. Mahoney, you opened up your restaurant without a U&O. How can
That's
I
right.
open up a restaurant without a U&O? You tell me.
Because anybody can violate the law.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what did you actually code it for
That-
to Steve Wanzak that gave me a temporary one?
Not the day you opened it.
Yes, he did. He gave it to me 3 days before I opened it.
But you had deficiencies you were supposed to
I had
address.
one deficiency, and he has never came back to check it, and it's been done. So don't go there.
Well, here's the bottom line.
Don't go there.
Here's the bottom line. As of
As of right now,
9:15 on Tuesday evening, this council's intention is to support your
I
application.
hope so.
Well, hold on. The ZHB, for people who don't know, is not the Borough of Bridgeport. It's a separate entity. It's quasi-judicial, right? The code says certain things have to go before the zoning hearing board. We can't change the code. If it has to go before the zoning hearing board, it has to go before the zoning hearing board. Council can do one of three things. Council can do absolutely nothing. Council can support an application, or council can oppose an application. As of 9:15, this council's intention is to support the application.
I would hope so. Appreciate that. But still, it's like
A little
you guys...
appreciation would be nice.
Oh, it works both ways. Like I said, I got a fine in the mail from Steve Wanzak.
Hey, sir, up to here. We're gonna respect the staff that works here.
I'm fine. I agree
All
with
right.
you 100%. I'm just saying, Steve Wanzak gave it to me personally. Why?
We can't ignore our ordinances because you
Okay.
decide to come into town.
Fine.
Right?
I'm not
You
worried. That's
violated-
fine.
You violated the opening.
I
You
did
violated your
personally.
signage. You lied to or misrepresented yourself.
I did
to
not.
council when you said you would not put the rooster
Well,
back
wait a
up
minute. There's
until you got
circumstantial
approval.
evidence of that. Mako
Well,
left.
You put it back up.
Mako left. They redid it for me, and Mako left there.
Did you file a ZHB application like you said you would?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Grant you, after the lawyer.
4
he
weeks
talked.
later.
That's not my fault. My lawyer told me he was handling it. I got that mail from him on Thursday night at 11:52.
You said you
I
would not
came
put
in
it back
Friday
up until
to
you got
do that
the approval.
application. And did I not come Friday
Well,
and
I don't
make
listen,
the application?
The more this goes on, I don't know what council's going to do as far as supporting or opposing.
and
your
I don't know if I'm
application.
going to stay in Bridgeport.
There you go.
I want to know what's the issue with the rooster? I mean, seriously,
Who are you?
I am Matthew Mahoney. I am the son of the owner of 4th Street Cafe.
Give your address,
I am
please.
working there seven.
Please give your address for the phone.
I live at 403 Middleton Place, Morristown.
All right. So you're not a citizen of Bridgeport. Are you an owner of 4th Street Cafe?
I am the part
Okay.
owner. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. What's your question?
I would like to know how is my rooster assigned? It does not have no letters on it.
Well, you asked the question. Do you want me to answer it?
Is it illegal to have a statue on our landlord's property?
Do you want an answer to your question, or do you want to make a statement? Because I'm happy to let you make a statement.
I was just asking. Yeah.
Okay. It identifies something. It speaks to what you sell there. It gives direction. Let me finish. It gives direction. There's tons of case law. We didn't just make this up. There's tons of case law on things like this that say these are signs. Okay? Your attorney agreed it was a sign. Your father agreed it was a sign with staff 5 weeks ago.
Do you have that in paper? And I mean,
No, but
saying
you're
it,
going to, well, he put it back up, and we were still saying it can't go up. What do you think that
how is
was?
it- all right, how is it illegal? How is it illegal?
Okay, listen, I'm only going to say this 5 or 6 more times, and then I'm going to be done. Right? It's illegal because the ordinance says you have to erect things within the ordinance.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm sorry for my.
Hey,
language,
look, man.
but
Look.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Why don't you hold off and let the attorney answer your legal question?
just wanted
That's
to
what
make
he's
sure
here for.
that
That's what we pay him for.
The ordinance sets forth how you have to do everything. You,
Okay.
me, anybody who opens
Yes,
a
I
restaurant or a
understand that.
business.
Okay.
We don't get to pick and choose who we
Yes,
like.
yes, I understand.
Everybody is treated exactly the same way.
Right.
If in fact you exceed those items in the ordinance,
Okay.
which you did,
Okay.
not once, about 4 times,
Right.
Despite the fact that everything's wonderful, you guys ignored the ordinances at least 4 times, okay, maybe 5. So what did the borough do in response to that? Did we try to make you take it down? No. Did we fine you, or did we shut your doors? Did we park out in front of you? Did we badmouth you or do anything negative to you? No, we didn't, is the answer to the question. You know what we did?
I'm not sure.
Do you know
I'm
what we
trying to
did?
figure it out myself.
Do you know what we did? We told your attorney, just like we told your father in the beginning, the code says you have to go to the zoning hearing board. We can do 3 things in front of the zoning hearing
Okay.
board. We can do nothing because it's a separate body. That's not us. We can support you or we can oppose you.
Yes.
We told your attorney, just like your father was told,
Okay.
we'll support you.
Yes. Dad, I got it. Stop.
So I don't know what's confusing here. You violated the code. Don't take my word for it. Call your attorney. Say, did we violate the code when we did X, Y, and Z?
I'm
Your
just
your
trying to
attorney's
figure
going to say, yes, you did.
Yes.
Right? And then your attorney's going to say,
And I'm not
well,
saying they aren't.
well, let me just tell you. Your attorney's going to tell you, because he already filed it, that you have to go to the zoning hearing board.
Okay.
Not because Sal Bello said it or anybody who
Right.
did or did not eat at your place said it.
Okay.
It was because the code says that.
Yes.
Your attorney doesn't have to take my word for it. Your attorney opens the code,
Okay.
just like I do, and he sees what it says.
Right.
So it says you have to go to the zoning hearing board.
Okay.
So what did he do? He filed a zoning hearing board application.
Okay.
Right? Not on my recommendation solely,
All right.
but on his own legal research and conclusions. Right?
Yes.
What did we say to your attorney? Look, we think we love this business in our town.
Okay.
We don't have an opinion on roosters. We have an opinion on signage.
Right.
Right?
I'm
So
just trying to
here's what
figure
we're
out
going to do.
what can-
Let me
what
finish. Let me finish. Here's what we're going to do as a council. Because we think you're a good business and because we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you just made mistakes, that you weren't trying to just be ignorant
Yes.
and do whatever the hell you wanted to do.
Okay.
We're going to pretend that's not the case.
All right.
And we're going to support you at the zoning hearing board. We don't have to do a damn thing in front of the zoning hearing board.
Okay.
But we said we're going to support you. Does that sound like we're trying to make you take a rooster down?
No. Not
Right?
at
It
all.
doesn't, does
No.
it?
I'm
So
just,
all that conversation, all that hullabaloo is all garbage, right?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Like I said, sir, I was just trying to figure it out for myself, because I'm.
Figured it out now, right? You know now?
So you're. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be ignorant. I hope all you guys understand that.
Yep.
All right. I take this person. This is because this is. I'm going to take over this business. So I got to make sure that I'm on good conditions with everyone here.
I think I can answer. I'm gonna guess what your next question is gonna be, and then I'm gonna answer it. What happens next with this process? Since Friday, this was submitted this past Friday.
Yes.
We did not. It hasn't been reviewed. Didn't make it to the agenda for council to take a
Okay.
vote on. At our next meeting, more than likely, we are going to have an agenda item that will say we are going to consider that ZHB request that's been submitted after it's been reviewed and we've all read it, and our solicitor and our borough manager have let us know what they think of it. And then we're going to, as Sal said, we're going to decide either we're going to support the request in front of that board we're going to oppose the request in front of the board, or we'll say, hey, we're staying out of it, we're going to take no action. That's the next item, and then you'll have that hearing before the zoning hearing board,
Right.
and they'll make the decision.
I just want to make sure, I just want to let you guys know, I'm here to make sure that he's doing everything right.
Well,
I wanna
listen,
make sure that we're doing everything right and we're not
I really,
no corners.
I really appreciate you saying that.
Yes.
I really do, because this council has given me very specific instructions, and that was cooperate within the law and make sure, to the
Yeah.
best of your ability, these guys can get an approval
Yes.
in front of a board we don't control.
Right.
But do everything you can do legally
Yes.
to help this applicant out. So if I seem frustrated, it's because of some of the suggestions as to what my client here did.
Okay.
My client's standing on their head to help you.
Right.
And help your business.
Right. I appreciate that.
I don't think anyone has a problem with your rooster. It's just we need you to do stuff the right way
Yes,
and get things through and get things approved properly as a business. And that's all we ask. We want to support you.
Yes,
You know, we
yes.
love to have you in town.
And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help my dad. My dad is going crazy. All right. He has a lot of stuff on his mind that no one knows. He's opened up a brand new business. He got kicked out of his old restaurant. All right. So I hope you guys just.
Yeah, I've met your family on multiple occasions and really love the business. And my dad every
Yes.
morning drags us down because it's within walking distance, and we come and we have a good time. It was one of the first businesses I insisted that my family comes and has breakfast at, because I do think it's really important. I really enjoy the fact that you guys have a nice following, and I think there's a huge positive benefit to the community. Everyone was extremely excited, even on this board, when you guys were opening. Everyone was constantly asking, when are they opening? So I think that, it must be really difficult to run a restaurant. I could imagine that's something that is really
is.
a lot of paperwork.
And I'm here to help him.
I hope that
If-
you guys can continue to grow. Reach out to us if you have any questions.
And sir, I think coming out tonight and now
Yeah.
this conversation, the way we've wound this down, I think you have helped. So I appreciate you
Yeah, thank
taking
you for
that
coming out.
upon yourself to do it. I also would just want to let you know, a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, myself, Councilwoman Nolan, Mayor Jaxier, we invited mayors from other towns to come, and we had breakfast at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I enjoyed every second of it. But again, I want to thank you personally for helping to wind this conversation down to
Yes,
make some
yes.
sense.
And let me just say this. You asked, who has been there? I'm going Sunday with a guy named Steve Ross, who I just talked to about it 3 hours ago. So that was my plan.
Thank you, Sal.
I think we all, no one's against you. We're all.
I'm not saying
Oh,
no
yeah.
one's against.
I don't. We want you to succeed. We want you to succeed. We have made no decisions before because there wasn't a decision to make, no agenda item to vote on. We can't vote, and we can't vote on things we don't have an agenda item on. And Sal, you've been here for quite a long time. No business ever gets a pre-variance. We can't approve things.
It's not something we can do.
Right.
It's not something we can do. And if I wanted to do it, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
There's certain things that the zoning hearing board is in charge of. They're not us. They're separate people.
I just want to make sure for our council, past councils, future councils, the council, the council
Never
could
in my
have.
25-plus years has that ever happened.
So any council would have to wait to have to approve something. So that's all. It's not because we have any problem. We want you to succeed and do well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. And we are still in the public comment session. It's almost 9:30, but we are still here. Mr. Puzio, please. Absolutely, sir. We'd love to hear from you.
Tom Puzio, 100 West 7th Street, Bridgeport, PA. I've gone to that restaurant many times. The atmosphere is great. Okay, the food's great. The rooster, there are people that mother takes their daughter and takes a picture. Grown men with tattoos walk up and take a picture. So that's good that you're supporting this gentleman here. Maybe someday as a council and your chief and mayor could all come down at one time and visit that restaurant. He'd be happy to see you, and with open arms, he would welcome you into that restaurant. So there could have been a misunderstanding or, and everything's ironed out somewhat. I'm pretty sure maybe after the meeting, he'll come up and shake your hands. Okay, so
Thank you.
nice for all yous to come as a group. And it's a
Thank-
great restaurant.
Thank you, Mr. Puzio. We want all of our local businesses to do well. Thank you.
We are still in public comment. Any, yes, please, ma'am. Name and address in the microphone.
I'll make it short and sweet, I promise.
Excellent.
That's how it works. What do I do?
State your name and your address into the microphone.
Sorry, my name is Danielle Cook. I live at 714 Mill Street. So I'm not entirely sure of the exact address, but if you're walking up Mill Street toward Ford, and I really apologize, but there's a sidewalk, I'm sure you guys are all aware of it, that's been blocked off for a significant period of time at this point. I personally called, I hate to be a Karen, but I personally called weeks ago asking, I believe I spoke with a man named Steve, and he had said that in addition to my call, that there were at least 13 other complaints. It was being looked into, all the stuff. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is kind of what's going on with that and with that plan, because I'm done. I'm sure half of you have seen me walk 3 giant dogs, and we have to go around, and I hate playing the game of, is today the day I get hit by a car? Is the day, my dogs get hit? I've watched school kids almost get hit by cars. As a general, people come down Ford and fly down Mill, and they don't really, you hear them screech. It's on 2 tires. So that's a normal day, but then especially when half of the kids can't walk on the sidewalk, pedestrians can't walk on the sidewalk, and then you're walking around 3 giant cars too, and one of which has a completely flat tire. So, it's a little frustrating. I know the simple, easy thing is walk around it and cross the street and go around, but it's annoying to have to do that. And I know that that's very princessy to say that.
No,
but,
no.
No,
I'm
it's
being
not.
realistic in
It's
that,
not.
it's very exhausting. And
Yeah.
I know as a dog owner, it's my responsibility to have control over my dogs, with one of them who John knows and loves. And a lot of people have probably heard me, yelling at him. But my one is very wild child and likes to, explore where we're going. And it's 2 here and 1's going around, and to try to maneuver on the sidewalk or in the middle of the street and not get hit. It's not fun.
It's not not an unfair request, number one. Number two, thank you for sticking it out through this meeting to bring a sidewalk issue. I appreciate your
Sorry.
patience. No. I'm
know
thanking
everyone
you.
wants to go home
It
and
was
go
a
to
long
bed,
meeting.
so, yeah.
And number 3, I don't know if Mr. Truman has information on this specific block right now, or if not, we'll get right back to you with whatever details are.
Very familiar with the property. I think anybody that's lived in the borough or that part of the borough is acutely aware of that property. Here's what I can say. When citations are issued, and it takes a while for the gap between pen to paper or, ink to printer to actually facing a day in court for those violations. Not necessarily anything we can do to legally or physically compel that person to make the improvements to the sidewalk.
Is that what's going on? I guess there's confusion about what's happening on that sidewalk, because it's been closed for a while. I thought it was a borough thing getting done, and then
It is
come to
not
find
a-
out it's not.
It is not a borough thing.
So-
Ms. Cook, if you leave your number with me after the meeting, I will, or one of my inspectors will call you tomorrow with a complete update.
Yeah, that's
All right.
totally fine.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, and please update me as well. My kids walk down there every day from school, almost every day. So I know exactly the flat tire you mean. I know
And I'm
that
sorry if my dogs bark at your kids. They like to
it's,
terrorize them.
they
a little
probably
bit,
did it,
so
they probably did something to deserve it. It's okay. So I know there's a lot of short little children who are walking there, and it is.
I'm a short adult. and you
You're not
can't
as short as
see
these
there,
kids.
so-
Either way, I just want to say that your concern is very valid, and we're addressing it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for coming out. Don't ever feel bad for talking to us. We encourage everyone to come speak to us, and thank you for doing it, because I know, as you said, you've been sitting here for hours, so thank you.
I'm used to it.
And ma'am, I already sent a police officer, I texted him, so he's on the way to check for the abandoned vehicle. If it's got a
tell them
flat
I
tire, it's going to be
did
dealt with.
There we go.
Don't tell them I did that, please.
Well, this is all recorded, just that way.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Puzio, yes.
John Puzio, 100 West 7th Street, Bridgeport. I apologize for not saying my address the first time I came up. I forgot to bring that up. I'm a crossing guard, and I walk up that day, up that sidewalk, up to that sidewalk as much as I could every day, because I'm a crossing guard on 9th and Bush.
And so as far as this recording goes, it was your request to fix it.
So, so what I'm trying to say is that this is a safety issue. I don't think it should be wait until he goes to court on this citation. I think this should be done as soon as possible, because it's a safety issue. He had plenty of time to get that sidewalk fixed. You know, maybe at the most, maybe 3 days. It's been weeks. You know?
I think even though it is a safety issue, we have legal remedies we have to address. So I agree with you. In the perfect world, we would just go in and take over and do stuff, but there's a process that we legally have to do.
I understand, but what I'm trying to say, can't the chief go there and say, look, if you're not going to get the sidewalk done in 2-3 days, then take all the barriers down until he's ready to do the sidewalk?
No, because it's not a criminal matter. It's a civil matter, and therefore it falls on code enforcement, John.
Well, then have the code enforcer go there and say, if you're not going to do it in 2-3 days, then take everything down so the students could walk.
Yeah, I think somebody might go pull those out of pull those stakes out of the sidewalk tomorrow.
The reason why I'm saying that is that the kids, I go out in the street, and I'm walking up the street, and like she said, there are cars that go up and down that street fast, and if a little kid walks out, God forbid, you know what I'm saying?
I do want to give you credit, Mr. Puzio, in that you brought up to me to get a curb cut
Right.
on Bush, and we got it done. So
Right.
when you bring these things up, we will
Right.
address them as we
And
can.
I spoke to her a couple days about another curb cut, because she was trying to bring her stroller down, backwards, was it?
Yeah, my 2-year-old's a little
Right,
rambunctious.
so that's another, where the apartments are there, Parkside, I think it's called Parkside Apartments.
Mr. Puzio, I think we'll make sure that whatever we can do tomorrow, legally, we will do tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you, sir. Friends, neighbors, any other public comment? Friends, neighbors, countrymen. All right. I do not see any other public
Motion
comment.
to adjourn?
Second.
It is 9:36, everybody. We are adjourned. Thank you for your patience, everybody.
Happy birthday, Mr. Mahoney.